Hello, my name is Franklin Romero de Leon, and today I'm going to be talking about the impact of tourism in the Dominican Republic economy over the next 10 years. So, to start, the Dominican Republic continues to break tourism records. Last year, the Dominican Republic celebrated another high successful year as being a top tourist destination, and has continued to exceed its annual tourism numbers. For example, welcoming about 7 million visitors in the first 3 quarters of the year. That would be a 25% increase over 2022, making it the best one in Dominican history. The Caribbean nation is now South America's second largest tourism destination. This would make 2023 the first time in history that it's hit double digits, nearly reaching a 1-to-1 ratio of tourism to citizens. The Dominican Republic is predicted to show the highest growth at about 55%. The Dominican Republic has shown the most post-pandemic tourism growth of any nation in America, with 2023 showing strong signs of achieving a 10% increase over 2019. With this said, we are one of the top countries that post-pandemic, we were still receiving tourism, and that was basically to the health security that we were having. Not everybody was able to come into the country. You would have to come with a COVID test, and if you didn't have it, you would not be able to come in. With this said, most of the tourists coming are from the United States, Canada, Colombia, France, Germany, Spain, and the United Kingdom. Are responsible for a total of 81% of the tourism to the Dominican Republic. The most popular were the air travel, and it still remains the choice of reaching the island. The cruise segment made a strong impact in the first few months of the year, and it has remained a key element of the country. About 1.5 million people have traveled to the country's ports, such as Puerto Plata and La Romana. And also, starting in December, there was going to be a new destination in Pedernales will be open as well. With this said, for example, in Pedernales, it's growing tourism. It has taken a place in the Dominican Republic. For example, in Pedernales, this port is going to bring new jobs. It's going to bring more investments in the area. And with this said, the government is going to be forced to invest in Pedernales because since having tourists coming to this area, they're going to want the countryside to be in perfect condition, in nice condition where the tourists can see and enjoy good quality tourism. The Dominican Republic's tourism bounced back with an exceptional speed after COVID. And this where the investments come in. It's now receiving travel investments at rates that exceed pre-pandemic levels, like I said before. For example, the country welcomed 14% of international visitors in the 2023. Now in 2024, you can put about 20%. And this is comparing to 2019, marking its best tourism year on record. So with more than 10 million travelers for the first time in history. A lot of this has to do with the marketing that the Dominican Republic has had. With a higher demand to travel to the island. This could have targeted families seeking all-exclusive resorts. That's one of the most popular ones for tourists to come to our country. But there's a lot of enthusiasts interested in exploring the island and our landscapes besides the beaches and the resorts. This is where the culture comes in. Culture tourism of the country with about 15% increase in booking for tours focused in Dominican history, local cuisine, traditional crafts. With this trend, it's a new trend with visitors wanting to know about the culture of the Dominican Republic. It's a growing market, so with this said, it keeps and it interest even the national to invest in tourism. Uh, this this is also a growing market for travelers seeking experiences beyond the beach and deeper into the Dominican Republic's rich culture, what we call the Campos, with rich hiking, rivers, and much more to explore. The Dominican Republic invests heavily in infrastructure projects like Belenales and other hotels, and even the roads. If you notice, the roads to Puerto Plata, to Bávaro, Punta Cana, the government has invested muchly high in these roads and security for tourism. Recently, the tourism of the Dominican Republic, the Ministry of Tourism, detailed that they're going to invest about 500 million, invest towards expanding Puerto Plata International Airport. That by 2025, this expansion is expected to increase the airport's capacity by 30%, making it easier for more tourism to reach the north. Since the north, you would have to travel from Santo Domingo, Santiago, or even Punta Cana, and then move by vehicles to the north. So with this new airport, well, not a new airport, investing in the airport, so it's going to be receiving more visitors, and it's going to increase about 30%. To conclude, this will bring more jobs, more investments, and for the nationals who live in the country, the communities, the government will be forced to invest in the infrastructure, and most of the countries, since every year the island is being visited by tourists, like I said, from around the world and even nationals. And not just beaches and all exclusive resorts, but tourists are now being attracted to our culture, food-wise, history-wise, and the most important, even investing in our country. We're potentially even bringing tourists to move to the country, where there's a lot of tourists who came to visit and even love the country and now have invested in the country and are living in the country. So with this said, the next 10 years of tourism in the Dominican Republic will even be at its best, where it can potentially be the #1 tourism country in the Caribbean. Thank you very much.